Good news. Somebody recently told me that they knew the secret to being successful on YouTube. They said it's really simple. All you have to do is one easy thing. Just, above all else, be yourself. Ah, wow. What great advice that is, right? Be authentic. But what does that mean, really? What does it mean to be authentic with a video camera? Like, I've clearly set up this shot, I've clearly set up a light and added depth to the scene, right? And I have a camera in front of me, looking right at me. Like, is that authentic? How do I set all of this up and so intentionally craft what I'm doing and still make it authentic? You know? Like, what does it mean? It's so weird to, like, I tell people stories, like real stories based on crazy things that happened to me. That's like the best content I could get. And I still get people who tell me it's fake. And I'm like, but it's real. And they're like, no, it's clearly fake. And I'm like, what? No, that was a real video. But also, back when I made my solar eclipse video, you know, that was real. That was a real video. I wasn't trying to do anything other than just make it a video. I was nobody. I had no success yet. And I almost didn't even make that video, but I did. And I think it was authentic. And now I've been trying to capture the magic that I created with that video. And thinking about how. What was it? Somebody even asked me, what do you think it is about that video that did so well, right? And I was like, well, it was a good story. Started off with a great hook. Solar eclipse is happening right now. I mean, that's fantastic. Got the one wheel in it. That's unique. You know, it's got, I mean, it's a solar eclipse. It's just it's a astronomical phenomenon. That helps. Plus the ending. I mean, it's just fantastic. Great song choice. Great emotional impact. I mean, I had comments from people saying that they cried when they saw it, like, and people overwhelmed with how beautiful it was. People so grateful that I was able to share it with them. And, you know, all of that helps. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about that video that was magical, and not just the magical story and all the things, but it was magical because I literally didn't try to be anything. Because I was in public, probably helped. You know, I didn't want to seem weird because I already had a mic on my jacket, running down my clothes, hanging into my pants, and shooting with a camera in public. I'd like never done that before, really, in a long, long time. So I was afraid, I was vulnerable, but I did it. And of course, since I'm out in public, like I said, I wanted to be natural. I wanted to be real. I wanted to be just a dude, just a cool dude, you know, like, hey, I'm making a video. And I was so worried about people being like, what are you doing? Right? I was so worried about people asking me, hey, what do you have going on? And you know what? Nobody did. Not a single person asked me what I was doing. Nobody seemed to care at all. Which was great. It made it pretty easy. Yeah, there was something magical about it. Like I said, and I think it was just because there was no pressure, right? There was no pressure at all. I wasn't worried about, like, who is this video for? Who is my audience? What is the script? Like, I used what I knew to be able to make it, you know, well, don't get me wrong, it's a well-made video, but I wasn't, like, obsessing over it. You know, I wasn't like, man, I sure hope this does great. I was just kind of like, this is a video that I make. This is a video that's me. This is myself, and yeah. And you know, ever since then, I don't know, it's felt different. After that video blew up, things have felt different. I'm like, who am I? Who are these videos? Who is that guy that was in the solar eclipse video? And how do I get him back? How do I set up a light, set up a shot, set up a video camera, and then be authentic? What does that mean? What does it mean when I'm like literally mic'd up, right? I'm connected to a camera. I'm in a scene. I want to be relatable, but I don't want to tell you stories about my struggles and cry all the time. And I don't want to tell you stories about my success and brag all the time. And it's like, well, then what am I going to tell you? If I was being really authentic, I would say that I've been putting off making a video because it felt weird to be taking the events in my life and turning them into a script that was maximizing engagement. That was weird. Why not just make a video about it? And it's like, well, then it's not going to be nearly as successful because it's literally boring. Like, if you don't write it, if you don't plan it, it's going to suck. Flat out, bro. You can't just wing a video. You can't just freestyle a video out of nothing. That's not how this works. Or is it? Maybe that's how it works here, bro. Maybe I'm just that good. Would you believe that? You think I can just do that? I bet I could, bro. I bet I just did, honestly. So if somebody asks you, what does it mean to be authentic? What are you gonna say?